Sawadee Tukon Chabrot. That's Thai for hello everyone that likes cars. And so what we have is the Thailand Special Edition by Inno64 of a Nissan Silvia with this Rocket Bunny kit. I actually have the purple version of this body kit car by Inno, and it was pretty cool. And there's a channel in my subscriptions called Vertu Toys. I think he might be in Malaysia or Singapore, somewhere in Southeast Asia. He has a video comparing all four Innos. They're all slightly different, so if you really like this style of car, check out his channel. He's in my subscriptions again. The reason why I bought this one is because I actually went back and looked at my video of the purple car and realized that this thing is significantly different from the purple one. So that's why I bought it. Oh boy, this is getting as bad as like old Tarmac works. Like, why are you making me buy this box? I don't care to own this. This thing just cost me like $3 or $5, I bet. This box that I don't need. This I can understand. Okay, well, that's just people wasting resources and polluting the planet. So that's a shame. If you are curious, that's what it says on the back. I don't know if this thing is limited edition or what, but it is officially licensed. And then here, probably the same old stuff, because, again, just wasteful. Okay, little card back here. This background is the old capital of Thailand. It's called Ayutthaya. It's up north of Bangkok. And I don't know the story as to why they moved the capital. Probably because Bangkok is near the ocean, so boats and stuff could deliver stuff. But it's on a floodplain. The whole city is sinking constantly every year. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt within 50 years this whole city is underwater. Okay. So, a different base. Very shiny, of course. It says Thailand Special Edition. What the thing is. And Inno64 branding up here, and this one screw holding it to the base. Yeah, I don't actually see anything particularly fragile looking, so yeah, let's take it off the stand for review, although I'm going to put it back into this box afterwards. There's an article where these photos came from. This website is xo-autosport.com. Here's the end of their article. Those are all the specs of this car. So this thing has been totally modified, engine-wise, chassis-wise. So, okay. These wheels are called Work Seeker GX. They're pretty cool looking, I think. I think Work is a Japanese wheel brand, but correct me if I'm wrong. Alright. Let's try the rear view here. So no rear bumper. Some theorize it creates drag because the bumper's hanging down and the air is just hitting the back of the bumper. Depends if there's a under panel or not, really. So this is a sky blue color, I suppose. A little bit of gray, it seems. That's a very light blue. And the wheels, let's start with that. So they're gold rimmed and they're painted a little bit black in the middle. Not the best execution there, it's a little gold still. But nice tires, they're curved, and yet they still manage to print onto those tires. So it's weird to see some other brands just have flat-sided tires, when clearly you can print on a curved tire. Is there a brake system? I'm not seeing one up immediately, but let me get the flashlight. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is there. Is that a caliper in the front, towards the front of the car? Let's try the back wheel. I can't tell if that disc is spinning with the wheel or staying in place. Well, it's definitely not black, and it's definitely set back. In fact, if I move the wheel, I think that disc brake is a different piece, because it doesn't seem to move. So, alright, I'm going to guess that actually is a disc brake. It's just kind of hard to see through those spoke openings. Alright, so this is a problem with Inno64 decals. Look at this air pocket, right? So I complain about it all the time, and I'm going to continue to do so, because if Hot Wheels can tampo print their graphics on a $1 car, why is this thing 20 times as expensive and using decals? It seems unnecessary. Yeah, there we go. I actually tore it right there. So these are going to harden right here with this air pocket. These decals are probably going to harden, and then eventually they'll just crack off. So that's horrible. This might be why I'm starting to like Mini GT more. Even though Mini GTs don't have brakes, they cost less, and I know in 20 years they should probably still look pretty good. But this, in 20 years, might just have, I don't know, it might just be totally cracked. Alright, just be mindful of that if you're new to collecting, or if you're considering, switching from Hot Wheels to more premium format. You're not buying the best quality because you're spending money. They're just making money, I think. Alright, reflective mirror, that's good. It's a separate mirror. The little lug nut detail, well, they're not lug nuts, I guess they're body screws or rivets or something holding the wide body. Seems okay. There's a printing on this window. Some fingers or something. Maybe some initials there. So that's nice. It's a nice detail that they printed. And now see, this is so strange to me. This is a tampo print, which is good. This black out of the window is a tampo print. So why can't you just tampo print onto the car itself? Why, why? Go to the front. So this is interesting. The headlights are not the same color. And this is accurate to the photograph. This is a yellow headlight on the real car. That is not. I almost feel like this is black. I don't know if that's transparent. I don't get any indication of light getting into that thing. So this might be black. Maybe it's part of this black grill piece and just printed a circle on it. But that's clearly a translucent yellow. There's some sort of decal in the grill, which looks nice. And the grill itself has a texture, so that looks nice as well. There seems to be an intercooler back here, so that's a nice detail. Some black paint here, nice. This is a little depth to it, and it's black. This actually is a surface I'm touching, but it's black. And that does look like the real car. I'm going to guess maybe on other variations of this casting, these are turn signals. But for this car, they're just blacked out, because that's what the photo looks like. Yeah, you can see the waviness of the decal there. Right? That's another reason. Look how smooth the paint is here. That's what cars look like. Smooth. Cars don't look like this. Right? Cars don't have such a matte texture to them. So that also is another reason why I don't like decals. It just looks strange to see a smooth surface and a random break, and then this rough surface. Okay, again, tampo printing on the windshield. These wiper blades, okay, they're casted into the plastic and they're painted black. They're very finely done. They're very thin. They're very nice. Sometimes Innos have separate wiper blades, so don't go prying at every wiper blade you see from this brand, because you might rip it off. This side of the car, again, look at this giant air pocket. It just doesn't look nice. Door handle, three-dimensional. I don't see any fuel filler door. Was it on the other side? Maybe it is, yeah, it's there, but see, there's a giant air pocket in front of it, so you can't really even see it. Okay, the taillights look good though. They're translucent. There's black printing on them. You can see the separation of the backup lights, the reflector, and all that stuff, so very nice. There's also some printing there. I don't know what that is. It's just maybe a circle or a text. Better than your mom last night. Okay, it's a joke for you dirty-minded folks. I may have even said that phrase in my lifetime to friends. Okay, some sort of license plate graphic, although it's not an actual license plate. And then we have some silver here on the exhaust tips, and they have some depth in the middle, so that's nice. Dual exhausts on this one. So some black rectangles. I think these are holes of the frame on the real car, but they just printed that on. Looks good. So I gotta say, it actually looks like the photograph quite a bit. It's a very good rendition of the real vehicle. Like a boss, we have some defroster lines, chapter 1, and some sort of sticker there. And then you got some distortion in a molded side window. But let's see if we can see if there are any interior details, because I know it generally does well there. Yeah, look at that. So, hold on. Focus. Zoom in. So I'm at 4 times magnification. There's red on the shifter knob, so that's neat. There's no harness, or is there? That seems weak. No harness. Unless the real car. Maybe it doesn't have seat belts. I don't think this is a registered car. There's no license plate on it, so... Or at least in that photograph. And then there's more printing on this side window here. NPS, NJ or something. And yeah, look at the instrument cluster. There are gauges in there, so that's a good reason to like there. There's a rear view mirror, I think. it is there. Yeah. Can't tell if there's reflecting or anything. And there's an aftermarket steering wheel. And that actually looks like the steering wheel in the photograph. It's some sort of like Hot Wheels steering wheel. And that's actually in Virtu Toys' video. He actually has the real steering wheel, so again, you can check that out on that other channel. Rear seats. I see some ribbing there. Not much else. Yeah, seat cushions. The rear windows are actually tinted, so that's a nice detail as well. I think this rear glass might be tinted. It looks darker than the side in the wind. Look at the windscreen, and look at the back glass. This looks brown. That looks clear. Brown, clear. So good detail effort there. Let me back out of the zoom here. I guess we should compare it to some other models now, including that other Inno. Although I didn't take this one off the stand. I guess this is a comparison video now. So I'm going to turn this off. So the purple one has one side exhaust. This one has 4 exhausts. This thing has a roll cage, a silver roll cage inside. They both still have these photo etched metal like supports for the diffuser. And actually, we didn't bother looking at the bottom of this thing. I usually don't bother because they're really not that interesting to look at. But it's nice that it says Inno64, it tells you what the car is, and also S14. It tells you the scale. It doesn't tell you the copyright though. But there's nice silver paint detail leading to the exhaust. The diffuser thing is a separate plastic piece. And then the tires do have tread. So, pretty good. Yeah. Alright. So the back, I don't see any other differences. Naturally, the wheels are going to be different here, but also the side mirrors. Maybe the door handle looks different. No, maybe, I don't know. For some reason, the purple door handle looks different than the door handle in this car, but that wouldn't make sense. I'm pretty sure they're the same casting. Well, I didn't even notice. There's actually those body screw marks on this wing, and they are on this one as well. They're just such small black dots. I missed them. Alright, but you can see a better view of the mirrors. These look like factory mirrors, you know, the plastic ones, and these definitely look like aftermarket chromed mirrors. Why is there white here? I don't know if this thing is missing paint, but that's disturbing. There's just a big thing of white there, like some of the purple paint chipped off, which makes no sense. I'll have to go back to that review. I mean, this just went into the case. I'm not even sure if I removed this from the base. It's too bad. Alright, well on the front, this thing has an intercooler or an oil cooler just sticking out the bumper. And this one has, yeah, white turn signals in those rectangles. Obviously the headlights are identical and they're clear, whereas this one has that funky yellow headlight and no turn signals. Okay. So that's pretty much why I bought it. They're quite different. So I'm happy to have both. Does this have decals? I don't even think this thing has decals, or am I wrong? I don't see any waviness between the gold and the... You see? I almost feel like this is tampo printed, all this side graphic. I don't see any of that wrinkliness. Do you? See? It just seems smooth. On the hood, same thing. This is all tampo print. This is all smooth clear coat, tampo clear coat. So come on. Not really. I'm really glad I have this purple one. You know, if I had to pick one model to have, it's this purple one, because it doesn't have that weirdness. That is so strange that the same company would have the two different mentalities on the same casting. Well, if for the very small odd chance anyone from Inno would actually watch one of my very negative reviews of their product, stick with this. This is so much better. It just looks nicer, it's glossy, it's clean, and it's a collectible item that's quite expensive really, but I'm happy paying extra knowing that this will look nice forever. When I pay a lot of money for something that I know is going to look bad, that kind of frustrates me. Hopefully you guys know where I'm coming from. Alright, let's continue the spin show here, because I do have a couple other Silvias to show off here. Sorry, this disc doesn't center itself. I have a BM, no, it's either, I think this is a diecast Masters. It's a Silvia S14, it says on the bottom, and it also says K's Aero. So really good labeling on the bottom of this. Although oddly it doesn't say diecast Masters on the bottom, it just says good details about what the car is. So it is a little bit modified, but clearly not like this. And then we have the Tarmac Works Global of an S14 Silvia with a Vertex body kit. And that's pretty nice as well. I think I repainted the interior of that. I don't think it came with a light interior. Alright, another one. I think it's Diecast Masters again. It's a Silvia S15 Spec R, it says on it. And there's a DM logo on this one, but it's hidden underneath the muffler. So maybe there was one here. Let me see. Yeah, it's hidden under the muffler. It says DM on both of those. What makes the Diecast Masters in BM Creations neat for me is the steering. because these look like drift cars to me, and drift cars, you know, counter steer and to catch the drift. So that's what I like about those. There is one other Silvia I'll show, and this is the craziest of them. It's Aoshima's Silvia from 1979. So this has a Liberty Walk treatment, and it's just totally impractical. And I put some alloy BNDS wheels on that thing, and I also painted the interior brown. So that's great that all these things have screwed together bases, so you can repaint stuff or swap out the wheels. Let's get you guys a top view here. So not one of these is a stock Silvia. Well, maybe that yellow one is, the yellow S14. Which Silvia do you guys like? For me, I like the purple one most, and then oddly I think I like this one second, even though it lacks details. It's probably the least detailed of all of these, but that body kit is just so crazy that I like it. It's such an impractical looking vehicle. Alright. So it's kind of sad that I have to always be let down and always complain in my videos. It's just the way it is. If I pay this much money for something, I'm gonna complain about it. You know, it's very rare that you get a nice model that you pay a lot of money for. Even the expensive resins, a lot of those have problems too. So again, today I'm gonna say Mini GT is my favorite brand because of this decal BS that Inno does. So save some money, go buy yourself some Mini GTs. Now keep in mind, the next time I get a Mini GT and that has a problem, I'm gonna say Inno64 is my favorite. They're still both of them are my favorite brands, including LCD, but LCD doesn't make anything. They barely make any models, so, but they are fantastic. Alright, well, hopefully you learned something in this video. Maybe, what do you guys think about decals? Are you okay with it? I mean, are you going to be happy when these things crack apart or fall off your model? We all have to start complaining, guys. This is all hard-earned money that we're spending. And if no one complains, they're just going to continue doing the same stuff. Right? Thanks for watching today. I'll see you in the next Inno review. Bye.